The 1960 versus 1093 Zone 5s are about to open. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at my stats, resources, and speed-ups so we can compare before the KvK versus after. Before we get into the fighting, I am at 107 million power. I'm at 23.2 billion kill points. You can see that my kill point breakdown, I'm at 256 million T4 kills and 1 billion T5 kills. T5 definitely making up a majority of my kill points, making up 20 billion kill points over there, just with T5 alone. I guess we could go through the more info page. Higher than 89.7% of governors in this Lost Kingdom. S rank and everything except for my armaments, which, you know, makes sense. My armaments are kind of trash. Right now is my highest power ever. I've never been a higher power. 107 milli. I have 34.2 million dead, so definitely could try to get that up a little bit this KvK, especially with how much power I have. But let's look at the troops. I'm at 1.6 million T5 infantry, 1.7 million T5 cavalry. We'll round that up to 1.8. And then 1.4 round it up to 1.5 million T5 archers. If I run 7 marches, which I predict I will, I'll probably still be running the 2-3-2 setup. So it'll be 2 infantry, 2 cavalry, 2 archers, which is why I have more cavalry than the rest of them. And then I do have some siege. I don't have siege tech yet, but that is on the way. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this up for Kingsland or those next zone fights or whatever, but I mean, we're almost there. We got 75 days on heavy frames, and then that would give me the extra 6% defense that I've been missing. But I don't know. I'm not going to invest in it this KvK. I'm not going to rush it. As for the resources and speed ups, I still do need to transfer, but I don't think I'm going to be transferring for this zone. I'll be transferring for next zone because I'm too lazy. It all comes down to the amount of time, man. But we could see that I have, in standing resources, I have 4.6 billion food, 5.8 billion wood, 7.3 billion stone, and 6.8 billion gold. So those are pretty much the resources I had left over from the last KvK. You can see from items, I'm at 5.1 billion food, 4.7 billion wood, 6.9 billion stone, and 1.8 billion gold. So definitely pretty low in the gold. But luckily we got some farm accounts that still are stacked with the resources. Redline actually has some farm accounts that are stacked with resources, and he said you'd bless me. So, yo, Red, if you're gonna watch this, I'm relying on you for this KvK, bro. For speed ups, we could see that we're at 125 days of building speed ups. 30 days of research is, you know, kind of the crux of why my research is so slow. I've been just waiting for helps. Training speeds, 25 days, which is pretty low compared to what it's usually at because I used up all my training speeds during pre-KvK. And then healing speeds, 72 days. And then universals are at 2.6k, which is actually pretty good. We ended last KvK at, I believe, 900 days of universal speeds. Now we're all the way back up to 2.6. And that should continue to grow throughout the KvK until Kingsland. Kingsland is going to be where we spend all of these probably on healing and such. For boosts, we have 41 army expansions, advanced army expansions over here. So the 50%, which should last me the rest of the KvK. The defense boosts, I probably should buy during the next gem event or something. I only have 10 of those, but I do have 17 attack boosts. So maybe I'll use some of the attack boosts during zone openings and then use defense boosts once things die down. I don't know. Equipment haven't changed anything. I don't even know if I can be crafting this stream. I have no plans to craft right now, but maybe we will if we have time. Armaments, they're cooked, and then these are my, this is my AP. I actually don't know how much this is. If someone could quickly do the maths. But we used up like a ton of AP. I think last KvK I was at like 1.5 million AP. We used up a lot of it in the first zone, zone 4, so that we could be as strong as we could be against 2377, and we've been recovering pretty well. I think that's it for items. Take a look at my commanders in terms of how much kills they have. I'm definitely going to be using KvK. KvK has 76.1 million kills on him. Really strong commander, really strong primary commander. And I'm either going to be using him with Arthur, which, you know, Arthur at 23.5 million kills is pretty good for a KvK and a half. he unlocked in the middle of our 2489 KvK. There you go. That's a kingdom number against Fawn them. And we were able to use him past 7 Kingsland, and then last KvK, obviously, against 2377, he stacked up a lot of kills there as well. Definitely going to be using Joan of Arc. 103 million kills. Joan of Arc is crazy. I unlocked Joan of Arc in the middle of 2268 KvK, so of course had a lot of time to get those kills, but still a really strong commander. I don't know if I'm going to be using Nevsky. I benched Nevsky last KvK for the most part, but he's at 120 million kills. I might be using Belly. I don't know, man. People hate Belly, but I still feel like he's pretty decent for the expertise at 17.7 million kills. The expertise giving 12% more all damage is pretty crazy. But I heard that the jam right now is Arthur with William, so we could go in and show our William as well at 75.4 million kills. We're gonna somehow combine those commanders together. Maybe we'll also put in the whatchamacallit, the Philip in there. Philip at 21.4 million kills. I unlocked him the same amount at the same time as Arthur, even though those commanders were released a little bit apart. I invested in both of them at the same time. I actually swapped Philip and Arthur during the swap event back when that was a thing. But yeah, that's my cavalry commanders. Let's go to infantry commanders. I've been told the pair nowadays is Liu Che. Is it Liu Che primary? But anyways, Liu Che has 109 million kills. And then BQ. Or is it BQ Liu Che? I think it's BQ Liu Che for the smite tree, right? I forgot. But BQ, we still haven't even maxed this guy yet, so no stats on him. All of the stats that we'll see after KvK will be from this KvK, so that'll be fun. And then the good old classic Ragnar Scipio is going to be the second pair. Ragnar at 23.5 million kills, and then Scipio being at 129.4 million kills. I think Scipio might be the most. Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll show the Alex just in case I throw in a third infantry march in there at 75.8 million kills. I don't think there's any other commanders that I would potentially use in this KvK, right? I mean, if you want to do the double smite lineup, you do use William Wallace, but I don't have a William Wallace unlocked, so probably not going to be using a double smite. The final troop type is going to be archers. We're going to be running Zhuge Liang at 87.3 million kills. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Zhuge Liang slaps. We're going to be using Zhuge Liang with Herman to begin with. Herman at 62.8 million kills. And then we're probably going to be running the good old Ashurbanipal. 36.2 million for him. With YSG, probably. Is YSG still the thing? I guess until the new Archer Commanders come out, we'll be using YSG. He's at 68.3 million kills, but I'm not gonna lie, the Ashurbanipal YSG March always gets slapped. When I look at the trades, when I look at the reports, I don't know about you guys, but the Ashurbanipal YSG March just instantly gets deleted for me, but